And we had a lot of excitement here today.
Yeah, we did. Everybody on the shoreline was holding up cards with 10 on it. After George Woods Jr. took the Tide boat out, he was coming down the backstretch. There was no wake or nothing on the water. It was almost absolutely too calm. There was no wind in the air. And all of a sudden, the boat took off, did a perfect 360, landed sort of like an airplane and he picked up his rooster tail and continued on through the turn. It was amazing. Everybody was surprised about it. I think I've had landings in airplanes rougher than that. But the boat did suffer some damage. They're checking it out right now. We don't think the boat is going to be able to run today. George, he is being checked out at the hospital. He appears that his injuries are not major, so we'll have more on that a little later on.
All right. For more information, let's go down to the pit area right now and Steve Montgomery. Steve?
Jim, you're absolutely right. The big story here is in the Tide pit, of course. Many possibilities. The crew's still taking a look at the damage from George Woods' spectacular flip this morning. One possibility, you may see Tide colors on another boat in the Unlimited fleet. We'll have that story for you, I believe, very shortly. There are others. Mark Tate and the Winston Eagle. Could this be his day? Chip Hanauer, always hard to beat. The T-Plus running very well. Should be a great day of racing. We'll have all the pit action for you as it develops.
All right, thank you, Steve. Our Winston Select Lap Award goes to the fastest qualifier, and this week here in Kansas City, it's the Miss Budweiser, Chip Hanauer, at 1:59.883.
Jim, we just got word in from the pits. There will be a change in the roster for today's racing. It affects Mark Evans, who's driving the American Spirit boat. Let's go to the pits. Steve Montgomery has Mark Evans with him now. Steve?
Well, guys, the possibility I gave you in the open is now reality. The Tide boat that George Woods flipped this morning cannot go today. The stickers have been moved over to this man's ride, Mark Evans, the American Spirit. You got a brand new name, a brand new sponsor. Tell us how this works.
Well, the Tide boys want to keep up their points for this year, and we've offered them our boat to keep up their points race. We're down low on the list, so we thought, what the heck, they've helped us out a lot, and you know, we like to help everybody out, so we thought we'd put on their colors and get them the points and just go racing. It's unfortunate for George. I hope he's all right. Hi, George, if you can see me at the hospital. It's just one of those deals, and it's our way of helping out, so hopefully we can keep them going.
Well, that's some of the good sportsmanship that we see constantly in Unlimited Hydroplane Racing. His boat number will be U8 for the day. So the Tide American Spirit is the U8.
If your boat has suffered damage, you may purchase another one for this race to keep your points intact. Tide's American Spirit, Mark Evans. In 1A, as will be the Miss Budweiser, driven by Chip Hanauer, looking for another win. Superior Racing with Ken Muscatel at the wheel. That boat showed improvement in testing. As they come down, we only have two boats, Dick.
And they are the Miss Budweiser on the inside. That's the red and white boat. On the outside, the yellow and blue boat is Ken Muscatel in Superior Racing. What happened to everybody else?
Well, Miss Rock with Ken Dryden, the rookie driver, broke a rudder bracket, and they cannot repair it in time for competition today. And meanwhile, Tide's American Spirit, don't know. We'll have to get down to that camp and find out.
We'll check on that right after the race is over. But for the moment, it is the Miss Budweiser out in front. Miss Budweiser on the checkered flag lap now, coming around the turn. Boy, what a beautiful, beautiful sight that is. Watching that rooster tail fly high. And here's the checkered flag for the Miss Budweiser. Winner of Heat 1A, right behind is the Superior Racing team. That's Ken Muscatel, who loses the rooster tail.
And he's had fuel problems. He will not finish Heat 1A all by himself today in Heat 1A. Miss Budweiser, at an average of 131, takes the checker flag.
We've just had Heat 1A as the skies cloud up a little bit. Miss Budweiser takes the win. Tide's American Spirit did not start, and a DNF for Superior Racing.
Chip, this has been an unusual year, to say the least.
Yeah, well, unusual year, really unusual heat.
Actually, with the rain falling the way it was in that last heat, and you had a pretty easy time of it because some of the boats didn't make it, does it obscure your vision at all?
No, rain's no problem. It clears immediately. You know, we're going fast enough. It just, it's kind of weird with two boats and the water's so flat. We really didn't get to learn anything, or kind of a wasted heat for us. I mean, we'll take the 400 points, but we didn't really learn much.
Well, we did have a problem, as you know, with the Tide's American Spirit. Let's go down to the pits and talk to Mark Evans about what happened to his boat.
Mark Evans and the Tide American Spirit didn't make it onto the water. Mark, your first time for the big sponsor. What happened?
Man, we wanted to help him out, and we had some low batteries in there, and she just wouldn't light. We were really sorry about that, but I'll tell you what, we've got some charged up batteries in there now, and we'll get back out there and give them heck in the next set of heats.